My name's Chris, and I work, along with my colleague John,
Hey.
at Grady & Logan, an architectural design firm, where we use OpenText eDOCS. Let me tell you about the time we were assigned a new public park project to oversee, and how we did it. First things being first, I asked John to get the ball rolling. He said,
Not a problem, Chris. I'll create a new project outline from a template in DM.
While he was setting that up, getting all the details, I created a workspace in extensions. And in DM16, I can share the workspace so team members can all contribute and access the workspace and its contents. Then I gave John rights to manage the workspace. Once I did that, he was able to add other team members. Then he saved the outline document to the workspace, and everyone could access it.
Let's also make a custom footer for Office Docs.
We customized the DM footer in Word so our metadata and company copyright information would be on every page. That was easy enough because we can choose any document metadata to display, as well as customize the look of it.
Since these docs are going to be specific to this project, include the word confidential.
Every time we create a new document, we can insert the footer. And since the footer configuration is in the registry, we can export the footer we like and import it into other team members' machines.
There. New document saved in the library.
I used Flex folders to subscribe to the client using the document he created, so I could have quick access to all of the client's documents throughout the process. John did the same on his machine, and we were able to use that functionality to get to the documents quickly.
It's an easy and streamlined process, so we can spend more time focusing on the more important stuff and less time focusing on the process of getting to the important stuff.
Yeah, and speaking of focusing, it's such an easy and streamlined process that I got a little distracted and I just subscribed to a bunch of different things.
Good thing it's just as easy to unsubscribe.
Oh, absolutely.
We then talked to Melvin, our office's DM administrator, to help us out with some of the more advanced setup.
I assigned profile defaults for your group, which will fill out the appropriate metadata automatically. That'll save your team time with profiling documents.
Excellent. And since it applies to the group and even a specific form, we're ready to go whenever we save something new to the library.
Kind of like a profile template.
A lot like a profile template.
Exactly. Let DM do the busy work so we can get to the real work.
Looks good. Hey, JT, what's next?
We have to make sure that this project matter isn't seen by other departments.
Why is that?
Liability issues. We should make sure that the only people who can see the documents and folders for this matter are those in the design group.
Easily done. You can set the security for the matter. Every document we save to that matter will be accessible to our group only. Even if someone in another group saves a document to the matter, they won't be able to access the doc.
Right. Nobody but us will be able to access those docs.
Except doc supervisors, right?
Nope.
Not even doc supervisors can get to the docs with a secured matter. It's solid and straightforward.
Wait a second. Even the users who save a new document to the matter, users who aren't in our design group, can't see the documents they save once they're saved? Even though those users are the author?
Yep. Securing the client, the matter, or the document type means just that. Secure. Protecting it and everything that's within it.
Documents are secured the second they're saved, even if no profile level security has been applied.
So I can technically leave a new doc unsecured?
Yes.
And save it to the matter?
Yes.
And the document is protected from any user who isn't in the group?
You got it.
That's impressive.
Most impressive.
Imagine having to do all this without eDOCS 16, building it all piece by piece, not having security features, running into issues with sharing, etc., etc.
No, thank you. I'd rather just stick with eDOCS.
Now we were working on the park project, in full swing. Team members collaborating, meetings with the client, weekly review with the boss, and we began to see how our needs in DM changed slightly as things progressed. For one, we realized we need another document type.
Turns out we have a need for a notes document type. It should be added to the lookup.
He was right. He didn't even need to ask the DM admin to set this up for us, since he had rights to create this entry directly in the lookup.
And we got a bundle of documents from the client that we need to review.
How many?
A bundle.
Too many to count?
Let's just say there's plenty. I just need to import them into the library really quick. When I profile them, I'll specify they all belong in our workspace.
I'll let the rest of the team know we've got some stuff to go over. All these documents should be indexed and full-text searchable in no time.
Sounds good.
John used DM linking to connect the data from the proposed budgets workbook to the project estimates workbook. This made it that much easier for him to keep up with the information that we needed. When the finance department updated their numbers in their document, we'd open ours and see the new numbers already. There was never an issue keeping up.
Even if they forget to email us with the new information, we'll still see the current numbers.
And vice versa. Our boss could see where the budget was at any time.
It's good to keep tabs on this stuff.
Which was especially easy because adding a DM hyperlink to a DM document that the boss reviews weekly means she can quickly open the source document.
This is a summary document. Each hyperlink points to an existing document in the library. New ones get added, old ones get removed.
I'll email this to the boss.
Which he did, sending it as a DRF, which isn't the document itself, but instead a shortcut to the document within the DM library. This not only keeps the document from being transmitted directly across networks, it also assures the document is only accessible to those who have rights within DM to access it. When the recipient opens the DRF, it launches the document in the appropriate application.
Oh, a new email. The report from the design team, perfect. But there's something here.
Got a note from the boss.
Yeah?
Says we need to change that last batch of imported documents to have the document type of confidential.
Not a problem.
I'll just pull up a profile search for the items imported on the correct date with the specific client and matter, and here's our results.
Highlight them all, right-click.
I know. Changed all those just fine. Click enter, and the change is made.
Let's take a quick glance at the preview pane. We can see it's the right document.
And a few seconds later, the document was sent to the client, attached to the email. One day, I was out at a presentation with the mayor's staff. I called back into the office, where it was just John and the rest of our creative team. They brought something important to my attention.
So, what's up?
Guys, we need to lock some stuff down.
We just got word that some of these documents need to be read-only, so they can't be edited.
Good call. Search for the docs.
Way ahead of you. Select all, right-click, and we're good to go.
Glad I could help.
The creative aspect of our work was made simpler because DM was so useful in all the little tasks that come with managing documents. John could make a good impression in the meetings because everything was easy to find and just as easy to share.
I know I can handle being a creative superstar, but I think DM helped just a little in making me shine.
Well, as long as you stay humble. The report John sent no longer needed to be secure, nor did any of the other items like that. I opened the subscription for the client, highlighted the documents, and right-clicked to remove security. Now, everything was public. A couple of the docs needed to be deleted. At our site, users don't delete the documents directly. Instead,
I'll just mark them for deletion. Then when the admins do their weekly report, they can delete them for us. And if in the meantime we need to retrieve the document, it isn't gone.
That'll save someone's bacon.
Yeah, delete doesn't have an undo option. Mark for deletion is like a safety net for deleting documents.
which is good, because we got a request from our boss for one of those documents, and since it wasn't already deleted, we were able to retrieve it just fine. And then there's Sync and Save, installed on our desktop machines, allowing documents to be automatically synchronized between a local copy and the server copy. We could work on a document on our desktops, and it would sync to the library. If John made a change to a document on his machine, it would synchronize, and I'd have a local copy of that updated version of the document waiting for me. I didn't have to go looking. Sync and Save brought it to me.
It's like a robot butler.
In fact, having Sync and Save in place made it easier for us to keep up with changes even when we weren't using extensions. One day, John was at a scheduled meeting outside the office.
It's a lunch meeting with the client. Important things are being discussed and decided upon. There's no substitute for a face-to-face.
And there I was, back at the office, still working on other things. But I wouldn't be out of the loop for very long. When he saved an update to the specifications that the client had requested to his Microsoft OneDrive directory, once that was synchronized on his desktop, DM Sync and Save then uploaded the document to our library. Within seconds, it was synchronized to my desktop, and Sync and Save even notified me that the change was in place. I was able to review the changes in the document, make notes, and forward the DRF to the boss.
Some updates from the client, I see. Looks good.
The boss updated the document with her comments and approval, and the synchronization process went back the other way, from edit to review to approval and back into the library in a matter of minutes. John made sure to mention that.
Before the lunch meeting was over,
Before the lunch meeting was over,
Before the lunch meeting was even over, we had the client's request approved by our boss, complete with comments, and the client was able to sign off on the next phase of the project.
I'll tell you what, it beats the heck out of waiting or trying to set up meetings just to update people.
Yep, it lets us get down to business.
Ever notice how much easier it is to work when the tools you use get out of the way and just let you work?
Absolutely.
Living in the cloud has its advantages, like with OpenText Core. I had the project contracts finalized once the lawyers okayed everything, so, in order to get the boss's approval, I checked the document out to Core, then went into Core and invited the boss.
Excellent. The contracts.
We were even able to discuss the details of the contract right within Core, either on the website or in the mobile app. I was at the office, John was meeting with contractors and had his tablet, and the boss was reviewing and discussing on her phone while on an out-of-town trip.
It's a business trip, not a vacation.
Of course. Using Core to get this work done beats trying to do it all in email or waiting to coordinate a time we're all in the office. Core acted as our office in the cloud, good for sharing and collaborating.
So how's it going so far? Any status updates for me?
As a matter of fact,
As you can see in the project workspace, we've created the documents with templates that use the custom footer we set up. The admin put profile defaults in place for the group. We made mass profile updates, imported documents from outside into the library, connected data from one spreadsheet to another with linking, dropped the hyperlink to the important docs in the report document that we sent you as a DRF, kept tabs on the documents with flex folders, locked down the matter with lookup security, added new document types on the fly as the project advanced, marked documents as read-only. We even applied security with one click, marked documents for deletion, and on top of all that, we were even able to collaborate with you and other staff through Core and other third-party cloud services, which was made even easier using Sync and Save.
this made it effortless for us to concentrate on the truly important work.
I love it. Everything's under control. The client's going to be thrilled.
They should be. We'll send you the DRF for the final design specs right away.
Oh, that reminds me. I was supposed to talk to the guy about statuary. Remember?
Oh,
Yep.
glad you remember that.
Yep.
It makes me think about the fountains.
We're still working on the project.
These things take time. Even though the process of designing and building a public park can be difficult.
The process of collaborating with colleagues is even easier.
Exactly. With Sync and Save, enhanced footers, flex folders, shared workspaces, linking, hyperlinking, Sync and Save, flex folders.
Well, you already said Sync and Save and flex folders.
I know. They're worth repeating.
I agree. Thanks to eDOCS, we're happy, our team is happy, the client is happy.
You bet I am.
And most importantly, the boss is happy.
She sure is.
eDOCS 16 helps us get what we want as quickly as possible and gets out of the way, so we can concentrate on the hard part.
eDOCS DM16 makes it easy.